Fireworks.
Okay, good morning, Oluwa.
Good morning, Christian. What's happening?
Yeah, what is going on? What is going on? Tinubu said that he inherited liabilities from the past government.
See, Tinubu, we know Tinubu is our friend, but now he say the truth. He don't know before say what I do. Because yesterday I saw Ribaldo, that former EFCC chairman, say what Buhari did. Buhari he finished the Nigeria economy, so we are praying for the wahala that Buhari left. And Tinubu know now Nigeria is suffering and smiling. Now you are not shouting, okay, how is he going to perform?
That's the question, though.
How is he going to perform now? So what to wait for more than 4 or 5 years before we can survive? Nigeria is in a hole, in a pit of hole.
If you cannot do it, allow other people to do it now.
Will you allow that to do it? It will stay there by fire by force. Now you now know that things fall apart.
So what is your advice to Tinubu at this point in time?
Advice to Tinubu is that anyhow, and it's very difficult because Nigeria now is in a pit of hell. They need urgent miracle, and it's impossible because what he's saying now is trying to let you know that hardship will continue because they are trying to make things to be good, but it's going to be harder because I don't understand them. Why Nigeria will be suffering like this upon their billions of their trillions? Now they are not giving us the language. After how many months? We don't even talk to a year. That Nigeria economy, the basket, the account is zero. She know the inside. So how are we going to survive? Nigeria is going to win.
Do you support NLC strike?
I support it. If you can bring a positive thing to us, because whether you strike or you don't strike, I don't think the government failed already. The government don't even know road anymore. The president is telling the rest that no road here anymore.
Within 5 months.
Imagine now, see what he's saying now.
You need hope.
The New Hope is a scam story, and they know, and they just acquire it by fire by force power. Okay, where is the power now? Now you are not crying. So what will Nigerian masses here and be smiling? So we die overnight because everything is high.
It's not a portion. It's not a portion.
Wicked. Not our portion, but the government have killed Nigeria. Everybody is suffering. Everybody is struggling for his life. That's supposed to be so. The government failed. Buhari pack all your money and go. Now you not came say no money. Now you go talk truth. Why talking the truth now? Okay, maybe we go there. So we don't already know. Say the story is calm. Renew hope. We will come by fire by force. Where are you now? Zero. Where is Nigeria now?
What about Imo State?
Nigeria is
cleared all the 27 local governments.
All of them are gang of the gang mafias. 27 local governments to create. Make the rule they go now. Make the rule. All of them they lack power. The people are suffering. So Nigeria need a fucking bullshit revolution because people must die to pay the price, and blood must share. Without that, suffering will continue forevermore. The oppression will be oppression.
Let's support NLC
so NLC, I support the let it strike everywhere because Nigeria failed. Nothing happened. No positivity. Every day we hear story in the newspaper, negative story. No one day positive story. Why Nigeria? Not only Nigeria for planet. We are not fighting this. Here is not Gaza. Here is not Ukraine. But we are suffering more than them.
Look at what happened in Saudi Arabia.
Imagine.
You cancel the visa.
Imagine. And the president was just there, just 2 days or 3 days. Now you not cancel Nigeria. What is the meaning of that? It's a full shit house. Because Nigeria is not respect at home. It's not respect abroad.
It's unfortunate.
It's a very, very big unfortunate that we are inheriting problem every time, every day.
Is there still hope for Nigeria?
Because of God, there is still hope. Because God's children are still here. A prayer of God, His will be done here. Because when we say government is a zero, only God can set you and I free here.
Thank you very much, Oluwa.
You're welcome for your contribution. God bless.
Good morning, Mr. Christian Chuku.
Let's talk about we inherited liabilities. That's from the president, Govt Tinubu. Now you should not blame him, but he knows what to do. But he inherited liabilities. What's your take on that?
I think Mr. President, Senator Ahmed Bola Tinubu should hold his peace. Because if you mean you inherited liabilities, And there are so many allegations of misappropriation of funds under the immediate administration of Buhari, and you are not ready to probe the activities of the last government. So I think you should stop bothering Nigerians with such statements that inherited liabilities. As we speak, it's on record that Serap was in court with Buhari's government over spending of 1.48 trillion to fix our refineries. And none of the refineries, four refineries in refining. So does it not behove on this government to probe how that money was expended? I even read about Sanusi, the former governor, CBN governor, saying that the way and means borrowing under Buhari added to our inflation. One begin to ask, I understand that much money in circulation actually leads to inflation. But why is it that inflation could not happen when the money was borrowed and injected into the economy, and it's when Tinubu'S in government that the inflation took effect? So for me, I see most of these things are politics. It's an excuse for failure. I believe that Mr.
We can't
Tinubu
continue giving excuses.
is giving an excuse for failure, because for all you can see, everywhere he point to, what we are seeing is failure currently. I think he's trying to give excuse for failure.
Okay, Atiku speaks about one-party state. We must avoid a one-party state, because looking at the elections and the politics, you think that Nigeria is moving towards a one-party state.
I think Atiku is in order. There's urgent need for all the opposition parties to synergize and come together to form a common front. Don't forget that before APC could unseat the PDP, they came together as a formidable force. In the same vein, before you can unseat this government, though this government is not performing, but if you approach 2027 election as a fragmented opposition, I tell you that this government, in spite of abysmal performance, will triumph over all the opposition put together. So the only way they can,
in spite of abysmal performance, we
yes, yes.
How does that work?
Because in Nigeria there are so many factors that determine who wins an election. The way it is, we have seen the rigging of election in the obstacle election that was done day before yesterday, that the ruling party have elevated rigging to another level. So you need a very formidable force to match such party government that is ready to win at all costs.
I want you to explain that formidable force to match.
Formidable in the sense that you have PDP, you have Labour Party, and you have New Nigerian People's Party. I'm talking about Kwankwaso, talking about Obi and Atiku. The need for all of them, 3 of them, to come under one platform. If not coming under that platform, there should be alliance. That if Party A is giving one of them, the other 2 parties should not have candidates. Rather, they adopt the other party as their candidates, the other party presidential candidate as their candidates. That is the level of formidable I'm talking about. What
about accusing INEC of uploading pre-written results on the IRF portal?
The word that happened to Nigerian national democracy is INEC. INEC is the bane of our problem, the bane of our undevelopment. Because for the first time we saw a crime that is novel, that is new, a situation where INEC, because I think perhaps because Nigerians complained in the last Nigerian election, presidential and governorship election, that election results were not uploaded from the polling units. That best explain the reason they now went and wrote results so that since our complaint is that the election results were not uploaded, so that the result will be ready even before the commencement of the process. And they would have taken care of our excuse, our complaint that the election results were not uploaded. So for me, INEC is a bunch of disappointment, and INEC is a bunch of disgrace.
We must unbundle the INEC, because if you continue like this.
No, to be quite honest with you, there's every need to urgently remove appointment of INEC chairman from the office of Mr. President. And not only that, even the national commissioners of INEC, the presidency should be divested from the power of appointing INEC chairman and INEC commissioners, national commissioners. And apart from that, the funding of INEC, we need to rejig the process of funding of INEC. We should remove it from the normal budgetary process and put it on first line charge. A situation where the country will spread out how INEC gets their funding, rather than going cap in hand begging the executive for funding.
Will you advise the NLC to obey the court order, the industrial court order from the federal government?
Honestly, I would have advised them, but the way it is, I'm handicapped. My hands are tied, because NLC organized labor seem as if they are frustrated. They are like a goat pushed to the wall. that you have decided to bite. Naturally, goat do not bite, but if you pursue a goat and push a goat to the wall, the goat will bite. I think that's the situation organized labor find itself, because honestly speaking, it behoves on everybody in the Nigeria to obey court order. But unfortunately, just like the chairman of TUC said, that government is always using backdoor court injunction from National Industrial Court to hand twist organized labor from embarking on strike. So under those circumstances, I think organized labor have lost confidence in the independence of the judiciary. That's what we are seeing.
Two wrongs don't make right. For the fact that
I agree with you that two wrongs does not make a right, but it's difficult to balance this situation, because if you ask organized labor not to embark on strike and go to court to challenge the court, the order of the court stopping them from embarking on this strike, they may wait until Jesus comes before the court gives judgment. So that's that scenario. I don't think I'm in a position to advise organized labor to answer a question directly. I think they are mature enough to take this up for themselves.
Okay, lastly, are you advising the political parties that lost in Imo State to go to court?
It's honorable to go to court, but the one that lost in Kogi State, I'm talking about the SDP candidate that said that he's not going to court because he doesn't want to waste time, and this is not far-fetched because he have lost confidence in Nigerian judicial system.
So you're not advising anybody to go to court at this point in time?
If you go to court, you are not likely going to get anything out of it. That's the truth.
Okay. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you for having me.